Welcome to InFROmation, part of the Proeducation series, where learning is natural, sponsored by Sharpen Your Skills Continuing Education at Salon. I'm your host, Ayaba Griffin, and today I want to discuss natural hair support. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to share a little story that's personal pertaining to me. When I made the decision to transition back to my natural hair, I was discussing it with my husband. In fact, I had already, started transitioning, and he made this statement to me. He said, whether you decide to wear your hair natural or whether you decide to wear your hair straight, I'm going to love you either way. That was so encouraging and empowering to me as a person who was making that decision and had already started doing it, and to just get that, added support from my husband, it just did so much for me emotionally and mentally and just all the way around, to know that I was not going to have, that worry or that fear or that anxiety in the back of my head that I was going to receive negativity from the person that is closest to me, which is my husband. And so it just freed me up to be able to move forward in my endeavors to go back to wearing my natural hair. And I had to learn to support my sons, because there was a point in their lives that they were asking me, a lot when they were younger, could they allow their hair to grow out into an afro? And I would always go, no, I'm not taking care of that. No, I'm not taking care of that. That's too much. And if their hair would grow out some, and peanut butter and jelly will get stuck in it, and all of those types of things, and I would go, see, this is why you can't, wear your hair longer. It's too much. And so I thought back to those times, and I wasn't being supportive of them wanting to wear their natural hair longer. They didn't have chemicals in their hair. They just wanted to wear it longer. And so as I was transitioning back to my natural hair, and my sons watched that process play out, then they came back to me and said, Mom, I want to wear my hair, in an afro. Could you help me do that? I want to wear my hair in braids. I want to wear my hair in twists. And could you help me do that? And I had no choice but to be supportive of the natural styles that they wanted to wear in their hair. And so I had to renew my mind. I couldn't just, receive the support, but I had to start giving that support to my sons that I did not give to them when they were younger. And so what I'm proposing to you today is to think about how you are dealing with the people in your life that wear their hair in its natural state. Supporting people can be a kind word, a compliment, being positive around them when you see them, because I've seen people treat people that wear their hair in its natural state with such negativity and such disrespect that it really makes that person who's wearing their hair in an afro, in a natural style, feel like that they don't have value, or that they're less than, or that they don't have worth because they're not wearing their hair straight. And this is something that really needs to be turned around, because it is a respect thing. Just like we have to respect the people that wear their hair straight, the same respect also needs to be given to the people who wear their hair in its natural state. So this is something that I had to learn how to do. I had to examine my words. I had to examine the phrases that was coming out of my mouth. I had to examine my body language about natural hair. Because a lot of times we get conditioned to think that wearing our hair as it grows naturally out of our head is not the right thing to do. And it's okay for us to be who we are and not to have to change who we are for the satisfaction of other people. Now, I'm all for grooming, and taking care of and, styling our natural hair. I'm a hairstylist, but it's those underlying things in between, especially those of us who have children and who have sons and daughters, or maybe you have grandchildren, you have nieces and nephews, and they're in your care, or they're around you, or you're a part of their lives on a regular basis. How do you deal with them when you're in their presence? What are the things that you are saying about their hair? If you have the ability to help them with their hair, do you help them? Or do you tell them, that they need to move away from wearing their hair in its natural state? Because those things, or those types of words, those types of gestures, do you have a facial expression that looks negative when that child sees you and they come in contact with you about their natural hair? Because if they're receiving negative words, negative facial expressions, negative comments, negative body language from you, they're going to think that they are less than. And so this is something that I had to learn. This is something that I had to relearn. It is so important for us to be positive when it comes to the children that are in our lives, sons, daughters, grandchildren, younger cousins, nieces and nephews, about their natural hair. If you have the ability to help someone out, with their natural hair within the family, and you know how to do that, you know how to braid or plait or twist or something like that, and you can help somebody out, that's natural hair support. If you can say something positive or give a positive compliment to somebody, that's natural hair support. I know for myself, I'm a natural hair salon. So I do nothing but natural hair. I don't do chemicals on, the hair of my clients. So I offer haircuts and hairstyling and conditioning treatments for natural hair. And I enjoy trying to help people maintain their natural hair when they're not in the salon. It is something that is so needed in our community. So, I'm just proposing to you today, to look at the level of your natural hair support for the people in your life that wear their natural hair. Where are you with that? And is it more negative towards them? Just kind of examine the things that you've said and done towards the people who wear their natural hair, and see what adjustments that you can make to support them in a positive way. So I just want to thank you for joining me for InFROmation, part of the Froeducation series, where learning is natural, sponsored by Sharpen Your Skills Continuing Education and Salon. I'll see you next time.